most important thing is how you can internalize this and find all of this within, right? And being able to identify it with you. That's the most important thing, right? And identify that this archetypal force, this deity, is the ego, right? The king of kings, the lord of lords, egotistical maniac that gets jealous of all other gods and all of this shit, right? This king must perish, right? And like I was saying, descend into the root, descend into the hell, the hellish flames, and the hellish flames will burn and purify, right? And then the king becomes the dead king. And who is the dead king? Osiris, right? So the king becomes the dead king, right? Which is Osiris, or you can say Lucifer, right? The fallen angel, this and all that, right? Descends into the root, the hell, the earth, the physical, all of this stuff, right? And is burnt, becomes purified. And like the soul, remember, the soul is likened with water, right? If you understand that the soul comes from the primordial waters of chaos, the soul is likened with water. Even with the same analogy where we say, when we're trying to describe like God, for example, you say, if there's water in the sea and then you get a bottle and then you scoop up the water from the sea and then it says now in a bottle, it is still the same water from the sea. It's basically like you, right? It is basically like you. And there's a reason why that analogy is given with water, right? Because it actually makes sense, and there's no coincidences. I always tell you guys this, right? I always tell you guys this. The water, you can look at this as quite literally as like a chemistry process. The water goes within the flames. The water is boiled, right? And heated up. And what happens is the water, the soul, is heated up by the flames, or the kundalini flame at the bottom. The soul is heated up, which is this water substance. And then it becomes a gas. It becomes water vapor. So it can quite literally rise, because only gas can rise, right? And with this flame, it is heated up, right? And it's heated up all the way to the solar plexus, the third dimension. And then between this third dimension and the fourth dimension, that's where Osiris then becomes Horus, or Lucifer then becomes Christ, right? Or you can say Lucifer grows his wings back, right? And this process happens. So it is between the third and the fourth chakra, the third and the fourth dimensions, in which the water soul becomes gas. So then it rises past that threshold and so on and so forth. And then the Father becomes the Son, right? The Father becomes the Son. We can say this. And rises. And what happens is the Son now takes over the crown. The Son now takes over the crown. All of this stuff is depicted. This is why this is why, you know, the monarchy and stuff within England, they know certain information, and they quite literally represent this process, or just a monarchy in general. We don't even have to talk about England. That's what it's supposed to symbolize, right? Because we always know there's a reason to certain things, right? We're just thinking it's random. There's a reason why I say, oh, the oldest son takes over the crown from the father and all of this stuff, the king. That represents Horus taking the crown from Osiris. And then that's where you become, you can say you can call it Christ. Right? You can call it Christ, and you have that crown.